What's poppin', and welcome back to another episode of Fletcher the Fisherman, guys. I have made it back down south and it is time to do some pond fishing, or I guess this is more of a small lake than a pond, but I'm excited to get out here and get after these fish because it has been a grind in Charlotte. Like the last 3 or 5 days have been just terrible. The weather's been all over the place, hot rain, cold rain, no rain, high temperatures, low temperatures, and the fish have just completely shut down, and I had a really hard time catching fish. So unfortunately you won't see any of that because I only caught one fish after fishing for like 12 hours. But before I get started down here, I do want to show y'all something. And this might be something to pay attention to if you have these in the area. See all these mounds right here? They kind of look like mounds of poop or something like that. There's a bunch over there. There's a bunch over there. These are actually crawfish mounds. So that means there's some crawfish in the area, and one of the baits that I was thinking about throwing today was just like a shallow diving crankbait. So I might want to throw a crawl color like a bright orange or a bright red, something like that to kind of imitate the crawfish that are in the area. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. But a full moon is coming. We're right around the corner from it. So these fish are gonna start pushing up like they're gonna spawn, but they won't actually start spawning because it's too cold, but they're gonna push up into the areas that they would. We have a nice big flat out here, so I'm actually gonna get started right here before I launch the boat right here behind me, because I kind of want to try to fish this area before I start up launching the boat and all that. So without further ado, let me go ahead and strap on the GoPro and get after these fish. You know, we're going back to the old faithful this time of year, and that is the blade bait. Y'all are probably pretty familiar with this if you've been watching the videos recently. I think I've pretty much have thrown this or an underspin in the majority of my videos. But let's get this thing fired out here, run it across these flats, and see if I can get something stirred up real quick. Oh, there we go. Right there at the edge. There you go, little bud. Just like I predicted, pushed up on these flats. And that's our first fish of the day. That feels good. I can't tell you how many casts I've taken in the last 5 or 6 days without a freaking bite. So, holy moly, that feels good to knock that off the board, get our first fish real quick today, and thankfully he ate it pretty dang good, which is a good indication. Swallow the dang thing. I'm actually gonna need to get some pliers to get this one out. Let me scoot back over here to the boat and grab me some. This is so refreshing to see. Y'all do not know the struggle I've gone through. I mean, it has really been an insane amount of casts without any luck in some areas that I just know have been productive for me. And you know what? Finally broke that streak and got myself a nice little bass right here. But seeing him eat that thing like that is awesome to see. Like every fish I've caught, and I'd say the last 2 weeks have just been swiping at it. They've all just been barely hooked on the outside. To see this fish down here go after it fully and commit to eating the whole thing is exactly what I want to see. Hopefully I'll keep seeing that as we catch some more bass today. Let's let this little guy go. This time I'm gonna bring the pliers with me. Let me go ahead and stick this in my pocket. Are there any more in the area? That one ate right on the bank. I don't know if he was following it or if he was actually that far up, but goodness gracious. I mean, he ate that in 3 inches of water. Oh my God, that was a fish. I thought that was a snag. That was a big freaking fish. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I 100% thought that was a snag, and I put pressure on him. I felt that big head shake. That was a 5+ pounder. Well, I know what was wrong with that. My drag was set too loose. Forgot to recheck it because I had changed it because I was using a different lure, and I forgot to change it back. That sucks. It was really, really loose. Ooh, that was a thump. Oh, I have one. Oh, he's on. I could not tell there was a fish on there. He's running right at me. And it's another decent one. It's a little 2-pounder, if that, maybe. Oh, flung it out. Let's go ahead and get a lip grab on this boy. And that is fish number 2. They're up where I thought they would be. I'm just looking for some bigger ones than this, but I'll take, you know, anything to get started here after a long week of just nothingness. Thanks for pissing on me there, bud. But let's go ahead and get you right back on in there. I'm gonna try to find your big mama. Well, no more luck on the bank, guys. Had those 2 fish in that missed big one, so it is time to launch the boat. Let's go ahead and get this thing in the water and get to some serious fishing here. There's one. Got him. Up there on the, oh, just kidding, it's a stick. that 100% felt like a fish. Oh, that one was a fish. That one was 100% a fish. Oh, look at that. Look, there's fish up in that shallow little cubby up here. There's one. Got one. Ha-ha! Casting this spot a bunch of times, just having a feeling that there was one in there without, oh, God, it came off. No, I think I snapped. What the heck? Oh, that was a good one too. That was like a solid like 3.5, 4. Look at that. No, my didn't snap. The actual little snap on for that blade bait right there, because it's not like a split ring, it's just these little wire things. It actually came undone right there. That has never happened to me before. Something I've always thought about, but dang. That sucks. That was a good one too, guys. Well, I guess it's time to put on a fresh one. Let me get into my box right here. That really sucks to see that happen. I've always worried that that might happen, but from all the research I've done and talking to a lot of good anglers, I've never had anyone recommend actually changing these out for a split ring. I've always wondered why it's been these little wire things that are basically on every blade bait, and that was the first time I ever lost a fish, so that kind of sucks. But all you can do is shake it off and get back out there and go out and hook a bigger one. That's the plan, at least. Let me get this thing tied up and we'll get right back to it. So let me get back to fishing this, and we should find ourselves a nice one here shortly. There's one. Right there on that flat where he's supposed to be, where I lost that last fish. Come on here, bud. And this one seems like he's a decent sized fish. I'm gonna just give a little bit more drag to these fish. I don't want to lose any more from equipment failure, like bent out hooks or swivels getting popped off. And there we go. That's the best one that we have got in the boat or on the bank today, and he is pissing like a racehorse right now. Goodness gracious. I mean, he just keeps going. I mean, goodness, how big is this fish's bladder? Finishing up there. You mean to shake you off there, bud? Okay. Solid like 2.5 pounder. Ooh, that's a fish. That's a fish. Come here, bud. Oh, they are up on these flats. I love to see it, man. Oh, I love fishing shallow water. So much more fun than fishing deep sometimes. And I haven't been able to do it in a while, so this feels good. Catching them up in 2 feet of water. That's another healthy bass. Where are your big sisters, though? That is the question. Just go back in here when I drop you in here, bud, and tell your big sisters I'm here to play. There's one. Oh, that feels like it. Oh, God, snapped off again. That was a good one. That was a stinking good one. I don't know what. I swear if that thing failed, I'm gonna be pissed. That would be 2 fish lost from that freaking thing failing. I don't know what happened there. I think my knot just popped. Well, no wonder that snapped. My line is frayed to bits right here on this upper part, so that's probably what was going on down there as well. Let me cut some of this line off and tie on another one, I guess. Oh, another one of those days. There we go, got one. Another small one. Oh, I've just been missing my opportunity on my big fish. I've had 2 or 3 really solid bites today, and 2 of the good ones snapped off. One completely not my fault. The other one might have been my fault a little bit for not checking the line, I suppose, but I thought I had that drag loose enough to not have that problem, but I guess not. The good news is I'm catching them. And I got these fish figured out pretty good right now, I think. And from the good tugs I have had, I know there's some big fish pushed up in the shallow areas too. So that's exactly what I want to see. And there's, oh gosh, that one came off. But that was 2 casts in a row with the fish on. There's one. There's another one up in that same pocket, man. They're stacked up in there. They're freaking stacked to the brim. Oh, baby. This one's not hooked that good. He just got one little treble hook in the side of his mouth. So let's take our time with him. And this seems like one of the better ones that we've actually got up so far. Not super filled out, but a little bit longer. Let me get a grab on him. And that is another one. I don't even know how many I've caught so far, but my fair share. Let's put them on back. Keep getting after these guys. Can there be another one in this freaking pocket right here? Goodness gracious. This little indention in the bank has them stacked up right here. Is that a fish? That's a fish. That's a good one. I think that is a fish. Oh my gosh, he's tugging good. I can't tell. Can't see the line. I can't tell if this is a fish or not, or if I'm pulling in a log. Oh, it's a tree. It's a tree. False alarm. Oh, there's one. I was not expecting to catch a fish there. Oh, comes flying out of the water like a rocket, shooting up like a, what's it, GameStop stock. Oh, there we go, bud. Got this little dude in the boat. I kind of just threw that out there to just kill some time while I worked over around this corner where there's a big flat. I mean, this area is still relatively shallow and it's like kind of working into a flat area, so I figured I might get a bite, but sure enough, first cast right up there. Solid one. Shoo. There's a fish. Is that a fish? Yeah, it is a fish. There we go. He came right at me. And it's a micro one. And that is a freaking stud. Let's keep it going. This is what we're after, folks. Mondos only. Double digits, 10 ounces. Let's get it. A fish? Is that another micro? 2 micros in a row? Boys, we are on them. We are on them in the good stuff right now. Oh, I just got freaking hammered. Oh, he hammered the piss out of it. Oh, that one feels like a better one. Definitely better than those 2 micros. It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, he was just running funny. Oh, I thought that was bigger. My hands are so frozen right now from this wind coming in. It's kind of hard to tell how big these fish are to an extent. But that fish came up and hammered the piss out of that thing. Goodness gracious. Shoo! Is that a fish? I think it is. Yeah, oh yeah, that's definitely a fish. How big is this fish? I can't tell. He's coming right at me. Oh yeah, another little healthy guy. Come on in here. All pushed up on the bank today. All right, if you'll just stop freaking out, I'll get you off here, bud. All right. There we go. Got him. And every single one of these fish I'm catching is pissing like crazy. Oh God, it is so cold. There we go. Off he goes. There we go. Gosh, they're loaded. They're stinking loaded. Just where's the big ones at? Holy crap. I mean, it's just one after another right now. They're all up on this bank. All this wind is pushing up onto this little shallow bank right here. And these fish seem to be loaded up on it. And I can't complain. The water's warmer than the air right now. It's 55 in the water and the air temp is like low 40s with wind. So sticking my hands in the water to grab these fish actually feels good because they're frozen as can be right now. Oh, there's one running right at me. How big is this fish? It's decent. Seems actually, no, I thought he looked a little bit bigger than what I was thinking, but oh, yeah, buddy. I'm not complaining about getting all this action. I would like a better one, but when you're catching them like this, just one after another, you're still having a blast. So I'm just gonna keep it up and hopefully I'll come across a big one, but let's just keep it moving. On that note, guys, I hope y'all enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to go the extra mile, make sure to check out the Fletcher the Fisherman merch on FletcherTheFisherman.com. But as always, bass in his passion, peace